we really didn't know, who was going to start. We had, various options. Calvin Drummond was the guy that we were going to start. He went an inning and 2/3 on Saturday. You saw what Crosby Slot did today, but Michael's been a guy who's coming off a mono. He really needs to develop his strength. Really, is kind of begging us for more innings. He texted him early this morning and said, like, "Hey, can you go?" And it was like, "Well, can I go more than 3 innings if I feel good?" And I was like, "Yeah," it's just fired up, and I love that about him. And we're off for finals, for the next 10 days. So I was like, "Hey, go as long as you can." Same thing. James Pazos ran up to me before the game. He goes, "Coach, I got 3. You got to get me in the game." And I love that about these guys. They want the ball. They want to be the guy up there, and that's why we've had such a great season. Just a ton of heart.
And with those 2 guys at the back end of your bullpen, once you get into postseason play, it always seems that teams that make a run seem to have a strong back end of the bullpen. It seems like you really got the guys in those 2.
Yeah, no question. Michael Wagner and James Pazos, arguably, that's the best, 1-2 punch in college baseball, or at the top of the list, So, yeah, very fortunate. College baseball, you just don't see that a lot. You see some really good starting pitching, but to have 2 guys that can be at the back end of games is very unique.
And you guys, like you said, have 10 days off for your finals. Then you have a huge series with Pepperdine that could potentially end up deciding the West Coast Conference play. Right now, really tight, half a game and 1-game lead on LMU for you as well, and with Pepperdine and LMU playing this weekend. What are you looking forward to seeing from those 2 teams this weekend? You haven't played Pepperdine yet, but you played LMU last week. What do you expect to see between those 2 teams this weekend?
My head is going to explode with everything you just said right there. So let me take a step back. And, I love when people say, the media says, this is a huge game. This is a huge series. Pivotal, crucial. All that stuff is an attachment to a task, and we completely stay away from that. It's a trick, it's a mirage. 2 games here, 1 game, you got to clinch this series, blah, blah, blah. You see it a lot in hockey, you see it a lot in basketball now. It's a closeout game, this, that. We're focused on getting better, we're just trying to improve. We're going to live in the weight room. We're going to do a great job, with school. And really be ready to play game 1 up at Pepperdine on the road. Focus on execution and playing well. The other stuff is, like I said, it's just a mirage. I'm looking forward to letting Pepperdine and LMU battle it out. I'm going to be recruiting, and decompressing a little bit and getting out there and finding some players to continue this tradition.
And how important is it to you and the team to potentially bring home that West Coast Conference title?
Well, I get chills thinking about it, at the start of every season, it's everybody's goal to be a champion, in their conference, and that's where it starts with us. I saw the women's rowing team win it, at our school for the 3rd time, and they write WCC champs, 2012, and I just went by it, and I got my iPhone and took a picture of that thing because I want to look at it every day, I want to write it down every day. So that's why we do it, It's the pinnacle, of being in the WCC, and it's something that we aspire to.